This video isn't going to change your life because there's nothing that I can offer you that is going to give you what you're looking for right now. Before I get into today's video, hi, my name is Laura. If you don't know me, I make videos on the internet about conspiracies and spirituality and self-awareness and everything based in love. And I've also written 2 ebooks. Make sure you check them out at laura.renaud.com if you have not. I think they will serve you beautifully. I don't know what made you choose this video, but I'm very grateful that you felt called to watch it. And you might be experiencing things in your life that you want to get rid of, whether it's circumstances or relationships or just your overall experience here on earth. You're fucking over it. I want you to know that the deep suffering that you feel within yourself is there. And there's nothing you can do to get rid of it. There's nothing you can do to numb it away, distract yourself from it. The only way out is through. And it's really fucking annoying to be told this because I know in those moments of whether it's depression or deep anxiety, deep darkness, there's just so many clouds over you. It's hard to see the light and it's hard to have even an interest for it. Like, why would you even put up a fight? And for a long time, I thought that I was not serving any type of purpose on this planet and I was really not kind with myself and I really didn't like myself. So I want you to know that I understand what it's like to despise who you are and not see the beauty of your existence. But I do. So if you clicked on this video, it might be because you need that reminder. Life is not going to get better. I know we've been sold the concept that the house and the partner and the car and the dream vacations are going to make us happy. But ultimately, if you're suffering within yourself, you're going to carry that wherever you go, whoever you're with. It is not about the external things that you can acquire, but it's more about what's it looking like within your heart. The pleasures of incarnating in this physical realm is that it comes with a lot of energetic density, meaning there are so many emotions that we are not taught to properly navigate, and sometimes those emotions feel so fucking real. But I promise you that this physical experience is not as real as we think it is. I'm going to give you permission to be a victim of your circumstances for 5 minutes, and then you have to let it go. You have to let it go because the longer you carry around with you that this happened to me, I'm miserable because of this, I'm miserable because of this person, you're going to be attached to that. Listen, if you need to do it for longer than 5 minutes, it's fine. Because sometimes being a victim feels good, right? Because it's our ego. If you feel like a victim for the things you're experiencing, it is because there's a part of your inner child that feels like it's on its own and it just wants love and affection and recognition. I don't know what your life has been like. I don't know what trauma you went through. You have my full compassion because I know whichever type of trauma, it's enough to be traumatic. Like, they all count. But one of the beautiful laws of this universe is the law of contrast, meaning you cannot have dark without light. And I feel like we all experience some type of darkness. It's impossible to come into this life and it's just lollipops and rainbows. Like, the law of contrast makes life as beautiful as it is. So if you're experiencing hardships, I know that it's not easy. I know it's not fun and maybe you don't prefer it. And I say this in every single one of my videos and I'm sure it triggers a lot of people, but you are always assisted. No matter what you believe in, no matter if you think you're on your own and you've been on your own and you've been abandoned, you've had to take care of yourself and survive, God is always here. God has always been there, but it just depends. Are you willing and ready to raise your hand and surrender and receive what you have not been willing to? Because in this physical realm, when we experience so much trauma, we go into survival mode. It just becomes a normal to think that we're in control of everything. We become these control freaks. You're not in control of shit. You are participating in the illusion of control. And the faster you can realize you don't have control, and actually having no control feels way better because you realize that you weren't making shit happen. You were contributing to a very limited fragment of what life can actually offer you. If your life feels like it's playing on repeat and you're experiencing the same everything, basically, it's just a loop that keeps on going, I want you to know that there's a way for that loop to become more enjoyable. And I truly believe that the purpose of life is not to have the perfect daily loop. How can you enjoy every single part of the loop? We wake up every single day. We all have to brush our teeth every single day. We all have to do our shit every single day. And it comes back really fast. So when you have no interest in being alive, sometimes those things become redundant. But from what I have realized recently is nothing is going to make me happier. I have been brainwashed my entire life into thinking that if I get that new pair of shoes, I'm going to be so much happier. It starts from within. I don't know if you knew this, but everything starts from within. So if you're suffering and miserable now, it's not because you obtain a bunch of physical objects and material that you're going to be happy. Hence why so many rich people who have everything are not more fulfilled. I don't personally know you. I don't know what fulfills you. I don't know what passions you. I don't even know if you know it yourself. But I do know that if you do want to change your life or just shift it in any type of way, you need to learn to trust yourself. You need to learn to trust God. Because when you realize that you are not the one in control, and you have never been, and the ego wants to be in control, because the ego is such a fascinating human concept that we all have one. But when you're able to disconnect yourself from your ego and observe it as this whole separate being that you are currently observing, meaning all those thoughts that you have, they're not yours. So when your ego tells you, I'm going to go get that job because I really want to make something of myself, that's actually unworthiness speaking. When you meet someone and then it's like, no, I don't like this person, sometimes it's fear. Because do you know how hard it is to accept love? Like, we are literally love at the core of who we are. But to embody that for yourself is the first step to shower yourself with love and shower your being with love. Instead of saying you're wrong, you need to improve, you need to lose weight, you need to make more money. I can almost guarantee that you would feel so much more peace if you were able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you exactly the way you are. And you're not speaking to yourself, you're speaking to your ego. You're speaking to that little inner child within that does not believe you. You're speaking to the human aspect of yourself that has accumulated enough physical evidence to believe that it is not good enough. We have acquired so much physical proof that we are not good enough, we need to be better, we need to prove ourselves. We have all the evidence in the world to doubt and not to surrender and not to trust, because this is what this physical world is built on. Physical action. But you're an infinite spiritual being. So you can't just be operating with the language of this physical realm when you are currently existing in so many dimensions at once. One of the best moments of my life was one day when I was home alone. I looked in the mirror and I started crying. And I could feel my 5-year-old self. I could see her. And I just looked at myself in the eyes, looking in the mirror, and I said, I am so sorry. Because all of the things that you think are going to change your life and make them better and make you happier are part of the illusion to keep you disconnected from yourself. Because it literally all starts with you. Life will mirror you, every single fucking thing. So if you're able to go within yourself and hug those parts of yourself that your caregivers didn't, if you're able to hug those parts of yourself that got bullied and they ended up believing the bullies subconsciously, but to protect themselves, they were like, oh no, they're not right, I'm better than this. What you have to understand is there are so many layers to this thing. So it's not by saying once, I'm proud of you, that it's going to do anything to dissipate that energy that's been sitting in your body for so fucking long. You have to mean it with your heart, with your soul, with your being. You have to surrender and you have to look and let it go, because we're holding on to so much shit from the past. And I love you so much because you are just trying to feel peaceful. You're just trying to feel good. Like all of the things that you do to soothe yourself or calm yourself or distract yourself, I love you for it. I love you if you drink too much. I love you if you smoke. I love you if you do drugs. I love you if you do absolutely anything to find some type of soothing to this physical experience. I will not contribute to deeming you as bad or not good enough, because I know it's not true. I will not allow you to believe that about yourself, because it's not true. You can watch this video 1,000 times if you need it to sink in. There is no quick fix. There is no solution for permanent happiness, because permanent happiness is a choice. Because your life's not going to get better. Your loved ones are going to pass away. There are things that are going to happen that you don't expect. There are losses, situation, fights, whatever. I'm not sending that your way. I'm just saying that sometimes these things, the nature of things, it happens. How can you navigate life better? We've been sold the concept that if you check the boxes, you will be happy. But man, we are so much more complex beings than a simple checkbox. So no, you can't just take supplements and suddenly feel healthier. You can't just work out a few times and suddenly you'll like yourself better. The external reflects the internal. So you can't go looking outside to try to heal what's going on within. You can't just move countries and say, I'm going to totally reinvent myself. You're bringing that load with you. I know you want a quick fix, but there's none. There is none. The only thing you can do is sit with yourself and start feeling all of the shit from all of the years that you've been alive that you don't want to look at, that you don't want to feel, that you're too scared of feeling. Because quite frankly, this physical dimension was built for you to avoid your shit. It was built for you to stay stuck in your physical senses and never access that unconditional love lying within you. And there's no end point to this. Like, there will be days where you still don't think you're good enough. But that self-awareness grows because you know it's not true. Sometimes we fall for the ego and we think, hey, that's me. It's not. You're literally observing a being. You're literally observing a human being, but you are not a human being. If this physical form is temporary and you are infinite consciousness and you are a divine spiritual being having a temporary physical experience, that's what I believe. I'm not saying I have the absolute truth. You can choose to believe what you resonate with. But you will never be immune to feeling like complete ass. It's not about becoming this monk or this person that is totally peaceful all the time and that doesn't do anything wrong and that doesn't fuck up and make mistakes. That is not the point of life. And I feel like we're sold the concept that we have to be the perfect person, almost as this robot, as this person with no soul, with no divine uniqueness. And you are absolutely unique. And you might think, yeah, but there's people who do, and then I'm not special. It's not true. I told you it wasn't true 5 minutes ago. You still don't believe me? You have to go look within yourself and see at what age, at what point in time did you accept that information as truth and made it truth for you. This video isn't going to change your life, but I want you to know that I am sending you absolutely everything you need to experience that shift, to feel that love within, to reconnect with God, to know how loved and provided for you are. And I'm only getting emotional because I know it's been difficult for me to do that for myself. And I've come such a long way, and I realize at this point in time, that might be the only thing I have to do on this planet. To remind you that everything you've bought into is a fucking lie. And that you are so loved, and you are so unique, and you're so amazing. And it's so fucking annoying that we live in a world where this is corny, and the fact that I'm emotional about this shit is like, oh my god, this bitch on hormones. No. I know it's easy to believe that we live in a universe that isn't as rainbows and butterflies and love and shit, but maybe it is as good as it is, you know? If only we just opened our arms and surrendered and let ourselves be showered with all this love, because there's so much of it. So this video isn't going to change your life, but if you would like to do something to maybe engage in some type of like shift for yourself, meditate. Sit down with yourself and look at everything that you've been avoiding. Personally, that is the only way that I released everything I was holding on to. And I still have shit to release. I'm not perfect. This is not the end goal. My only goal is to inspire that light that you have within yourself. I don't want you looking at your neighbor for their light and being jealous. Oh my God, they have so much light. I want you to know that you have the same thing as them, and it's not about being like them. It's about being more like you, because you have an authentic version of yourself. And I don't know if you're embodying that. I don't know if you're too scared to do it. I don't know if you even know how to do it. But being yourself is not that complicated, but we live in a world where we're supposed to fit in. We're supposed to be normal and conditioned and just act like everyone else. But that literally removes the beautiful pool of consciousness that we're in. This video isn't going to change your life, but I truly hope that you can allow yourself to receive all the love that I am sending your way, because I truly believe this is an energetic exchange. The fact that you are dedicating your focus on this video, you're investing your energy, I am investing my, this is an exchange we're contributing to right now. And I know I might not be able to say what your name is, and there might be, I don't know how many people who watch this. We are all connected. So I'm emanating love into your heart. So I hope you allow yourself to receive it, because you deserve it and you're worthy of it, and you have been all along. And I know that life kind of fucking sucks sometimes, but it's okay. It's all okay. I know it feels like too much sometimes, but just feel it. Don't try to feel less of it. Feel all of it. And then you'll see that it didn't really have that much power. It is the fact that you were avoiding it that made it bigger. So I love you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm sending you the biggest hug. And I give really good hugs. So take it in, okay? Have a great day, or rest of your day, or night's sleep, or whatever. Bye.